Just got back from my first ride with my new cooler Dainese hot weather gear, pants, jacket, and gloves, and here's my review. I have the one-piece leather suit, but it's super hot in Texas summers. So I wanted something closer to the mesh gear that I had, but maybe with a little bit more protection. After talking to Dainese, this is the gear I selected, and here's why and how it did. The pants are more of a textile than a real mesh, so they're going to be a little bit warmer than a mesh, but they will have a little bit more weather resistance, rain resistance. There is a little bit of flexibility here in that you have a triangle on each side. So let's say you're riding and it's getting hot. You can pull this out, unzip the side, and snap it up. And what that gives you is a triangular piece where it's more meshy here, and you get a lot more airflow through there to keep a little bit cooler while you're riding. And so you think about it, you're going to be up with your knee up riding, so that'll get that airflow coming across you, help keep your legs cool. The pants themselves have two side pockets, both with zippers, so you can put your keys, your wallet, your knife, whatever you want in there. Zip them up secure while you're riding. It also has the Velcro straps on each side so that you have those for adjustment around the waist. You've got some hip padding right here, and then you have a good chunk of armor that goes from your knee all the way down your shin. You're not going to have the nice puck here that you would on a one-piece suit, but you do have some protection for your knees, your shins, and your hips. Now, as far as the jacket goes, it's definitely got some more armor. You can see the nice big shoulder pads. It's got some armor in the forearm to the elbow. Again, it's not going to have near as much padding and armor as what the one-piece leather suit would, but it does have some good stuff around the shoulder, the forearm, and the elbow to protect you. But it's going to be a whole lot cooler because it does breathe way better, and you can see that already. The jacket does come with a removable liner. Let's say you're riding and it's getting hot or the rain let up or whatever, and you want to take that liner out because you're getting warm. It's not that hard to do. It's only about a half dozen snaps. You basically have one high and low, and it's just a little snap loop there and a loop on the liner. You've got one there, one at the bottom, and then one at each cuff, and they all work the same way. You basically have a snap, pop that out, that loop comes through, and then you just pull the liner out and you throw that in your backpack or whatever. I don't worry a whole lot about rain here in Texas this time of year. I just want to stay cool. So I took this out for my ride. You do have a pocket on the left side where you can stick your phone in sideways and zip it in place. And this combo does have the ability to zip the jacket to the pants. You basically find where the zipper starts over on this side, put it in place. There you go. So it can be a little bit awkward getting used to it, but it is nice. One of the things I like about a one-piece suit is you don't worry about your jacket or your shirt coming up in the back. So this gives you kind of the best of both worlds. You have that feeling of a one-piece, that security on the back, but you can also go into a bar and take your jacket off while you're grabbing a burger on the road. And these are the gloves that I got for a little bit cooler riding than the ones I have now. They're not the gauntlet style, and they do have some breathing vents up across the knuckles. So again, not quite as much protection, but a lot more comfort and cool air flowing through you. I pushed the knee pads up where they belong in position, pulled the crotch up, so hopefully the pants will be nice and comfortable. At first I thought it wasn't really allowing me to move around much. The problem was, just like I learned with my leather suit, is that you've got to have the knee armor up high enough. If it's tucked too low into your boots, it'll pull the whole suit down, and you won't be able to put your legs apart to kick a knee out where you want to. It still might not be quite as flexible as, say, my pure mesh pants, just because they're a little bit baggier too. But they definitely have more give than the leather suit, a little bit. The thing is, you can't soak it in water or get caught in the rain and have it stretch like you can leather, so whatever you've got's got to be good enough. Good mobility in the gear for sweepers like that. Overall, the gear is comfortable, pretty flexible. The one thing to note is if you like to put your knee up in the tank to hold your position, you're going to have to really push with your toes, because that textile is pretty slick on a painted, or in this case a polished aluminum tank. It doesn't have much bite. If you're really dependent on that grip of your knee into your tank like you should be, you might want to consider the sticky pads for the side of your tank, just to give yourself some grip. I've removed the zip out liner from this jacket, and it's really comfortable. It's about 75, 80 here in Texas today, a little bit cooler for us, but it feels great having that wind come through, especially on a humid, sticky day like this, where that perforated leather suit would be a little bit uncomfortable. The pants are a little bit warmer compared to the jacket, just because they don't have a removable liner, so they're kind of as is. The gloves, there's more ventilation here. They're not a gauntlet style like my held Phantom 2s. They breathe better, so they're cooler and more comfortable as well. Overall, very happy with the Dainese setup I've got. And I do have the City high flow boots on, which are nice and cool for Texas as well. They're actually even a little cold when winter comes around. This gear offers a lot more protection than what that pure mesh setup was that I have. And it's not the pure mesh stuff was bad or anything, but you can tell the Dainese just has more, you know, like the armor on the shoulders, etc. This gear is what I consider a really good compromise between comfort, especially in hot environments like Texas, and safety.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel below, and let's celebrate turning fuel and air into adrenaline.